So we have a couple of other questions for you too, I believe. So here we go. You're gonna love these.
I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah, really.
That was so genuine.
Here you go.
Here you go.
How do you handle stress and drama?
How do I handle it? If I have a problem with something or somebody, I usually just have to talk about it a little bit, and I usually stay pretty calm about it. And once I get it off my chest, I usually feel better. I'm a pretty level-headed guy.
What about rejection? How about, in the business, obviously,
Yeah.
you have to. How do you handle rejection?
It's kind of the same thing. You just kind of have to shrug it off. Obviously, like I said, doing the theater thing for so long, you get used to, bombing auditions and go, oh, didn't get that one. And that was one of the things that helped me going to Idol is I thought, okay, the judges didn't like that song. What am I going to do? Cry about it? No. I'm just going to move on. Yeah.
Adam, what's the key to your self-esteem?
Lots of eyeliner. No, I'm just, I don't know. I'm 28 years old and, I've been through a lot of really interesting experiences, over the course of my 20s in LA, and I've met a lot of incredible people that have inspired me to be myself and to learn who I really am. And I know I've done a lot of work on finding out who I really am. I think that identity and confidence really come from searching within yourself for the real truth of things. I think you have to kind of do it yourself actively. You can't just expect to be confident. It doesn't work that way because most people that just come out the gate and, oh, I'm so confident, it's probably more of a cockiness thing. I when I was younger, I wasn't very secure. I didn't really feel good about myself. I had a lot of self-doubt and a lot of fear, and I actively just worked on it and overcame certain things and grew. And that's life. You get past stuff and you learn a lot, and I've traveled, and that's definitely helped my perspective too. So I just think years of experience, and you just kind of grow into yourself, All
right, here's a fun one. What's your best relationship advice?
Oh, I'm horrible at that. And I'm better at giving advice than taking my own, of course. I don't know. I think it's kind of along with what I was just talking about. I think you have to be real. I think you have to be genuine and be honest. And I think honesty really, it makes a huge difference. If you can just look at someone and be like, hey, I really like you, and you're genuine about it, and you tell them exactly how you feel without fear of rejection, without worrying about what they're going to say, I think that you'll kind of get a lot farther. Yeah.
And finally, what do you do to prep yourself for the big day, like an appearance or a concert?
Again, eyeliner. It's really no. Like we were talking about earlier, I like to exercise a little bit, do a little vocal warm up. I do a little meet and greet before each show with people that have won like through radio stations and various outlets, and it's nice to see a couple people that are gonna be out in the audience, sign some autographs, take some pictures, and get on stage and work it out. Throw some glitter around.
We got time for another question or two, or anybody have anything? Do you think anything else you wanted to ask while we got you here? Oh, come on.
Well, we want to give him time to ask us our questions too. You have questions for us, right?
Yes. Where did you get those trees? They're really.
Those are indigenous to the Seattle area.
Yeah.
They grow right out of the
concrete
floor.
Oh, you in the back with your hand up.
Where were you when you first heard your song on the radio?
The first single off the album, I remember I called into Ryan Seacrest, and so I was at my house, and well, no, we premiered it together. It was this planned thing. He was like, hey, you call in, I'm going to play your song for the first time. So I was at home. It was about 6 a.m., and I turned up the radio as loud as I could, and I just was like, I can't believe this. This is so weird. And I actually haven't heard it much because I don't actually get a chance to listen to the radio driving around or whatever. But there have been a couple visits that I've done where I'll turn on the radio and like, "What do you want from me?" will come on, and I'm just like, "What? This is so weird." It's such a as cliche as it sounds, it really is a dream come true. I mean, I did project this. I did go, wow, wouldn't it be cool to be like a recording artist? Wouldn't that be a neat job? You know what I mean? And I can't believe I'm actually getting to do it.
Is it everything you thought it would be, or is it harder? Is it easier?
It's actually way harder. I think the general public might not realize how much work goes into this as a career. It's constant and it's worth it. And I'm really grateful to be able to do it. But it is a lot of work, you know. It's more than just getting in a recording studio and recording a song. and doing a video. I mean, there's a lot of promotional stuff that you have to do, and you have to put a lot of time and effort into it if you want to see it work out and you want to see some success in your life. So I'm enjoying it though. I think it's a great, especially if you have a message that you want to send or you're doing something for people, there's like a positive result out of it. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, it's fantastic that you're having the success that you had. Thanks so much for being by here today. Anything else before we go? Oh, one more.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I really love all of them. I mean, obviously the ones that I wrote, they're a little closer to home. And I wrote about 4 or 5 songs, depending on which version of the album you have. I think there's a song on there called Broken Open that's really meaningful to me. That's just talking about vulnerability and letting your guard down and letting someone in, and trust. That's a real honest, emotional song. And then there's another song I wrote on called Aftermath, that I do in the show on tour. That's about empowerment and about taking a risk and owning who you really are inside and not running from the truth. And that has a lot of different meanings. It could be about coming out. It could be about, confessing something to a lover. It could be about taking the step into like taking care of your body and dieting or going to rehab, or it's just any sort of big life decision that seems scary. But once you take the big leap, the aftermath will be, it'll be brighter. It'll be better. And there'll be others that understand you more. Next on Oprah.
Yeah. Where are we?
I know. Self-help seminar here.
Jen,
with
you
our
have a question?
Trees. Well, if I just am throwing everything out the window, I mean, some ice cream really makes my whole day. I'm not really bad with favorites. These interviews, I'm constantly like, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite thing? I'm horrible at favorites. If it's ice cream, I'll probably eat it. So.
Somebody actually wrote on our Facebook page, they said, for a question to ask you, if you were to have a Ben and Jerry flavor, what would you put in it? What would an Adam Lambert?
I do like mint in ice cream. I like a mint chip. I like, God, I don't know. I'd probably just do like a big hodgepodge of everything and just call it like more is more or something.
Well, thank you very much. Adam Lambert, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.